So I'm going to look quickly at a couple shoots that you just did, and I'm finding that the same kinds of improvements are needed for them. So I think like this last couple weeks, you've probably had like a trend or like a pattern of how you've been shooting. The biggest thing that we need to kind of fix as soon as possible is harsh lighting. So, and it's appeared in multiple shoots recently. So see how his light on his face here, it's solid and shaded and soft, and here it's bright and harsh. Sometimes we can't avoid it. It's harder if it's the middle of the day, obviously. But the main way I deal with it is by the position that I have them standing in and the position that I'm in. So right now, you're looking at him from this angle, and the sun is coming from this angle. If you had their bodies turn this way so that they're facing out this way to your left, then the sun would be coming from behind, like Mom. See, Mom's face is completely in shadow. If they were both like that, then they'd have a really nice skin color here. But see, the harsh light kind of kills the photo. And that's a problem repeatedly. Where is it? See it there on her face. You know, if it's just on the edge, that's not so bad. Sometimes that's the best we can do. But if there's like a spot here and then like a spot there on the nose and then on the cheek, it really breaks up the face and it's very distracting. So we want to try and eliminate that as much as possible. Speaking of harsh light, here's an example of where the way you had them sitting, the sun was directly to the side. Half of his face is shadow and half of it is light. And then you've got this intense shadow down here in the grass, and then this is super bright over here. So if you just left them where they were, you could walk to your left and take a picture of them this way so that their faces are turned and you see Grandpa and Grandma, they have even light on their face. And then we can see all this light on the side of their face, but when you're shooting at this angle, this will just be a sliver that's much more subtle. And you'll see that as an example here. And here, you did move around to the side. See? Now they're all in shade and the sun is just a sliver because of the angle that you're at. You can see much more sun there than there. So you always want to be looking at them before you take the picture and see where is this sun, especially if it's bright like this. Like, put the camera down and look at his face and be like, half of his face is in the sun. So either you move or they move, often it's both, until you have this. Because this lighting is something we can work with, and this isn't. I can't deliver this picture to the client unless I do a lot of work on it. The other thing I was going to show you from this, actually, so with this, on multiple shoots recently, I've seen there's been, you've taken family portraits in the harsh sun like this. So I understand when you're doing pictures like this, it's more of a candid moment, and sometimes we can't avoid the bright sunshine. But with this is a pose. You had them all sit here. You're going to be there for a minute and smile, and it's kind of bound to fail right from the beginning because of the bright light. So if you had them just turn around with their feet on the other side, because the sun looks like it's kind of coming straight at them, kind of from this angle. So again, put the sun behind them. If the view back here is ugly and you don't want their backs to be to that, then this is just, they're not going to get a picture sitting on this bench because there's not a good background and there's not good light. So you just go somewhere else. Maybe sit on the picnic bench and have the trees or something. Okay, and then the other thing I was going to show you was awkward cropping. So with that direct light thing for the portraits, just never ever do that, basically. It never works. I only do family portraits in direct sunlight if I have absolutely no other option. Okay, so see these family portraits? Here's a group shot, but Grandpa is cut off, and there's all this extra negative space over here. So we want to center them more. And then these are a bunch of like moments that I can't use, but they're like details that would be cute. So this is just like a hand, and it doesn't the family would know it's their son, but if we showed it to them and we didn't tell them that it was from their photo shoot, they probably wouldn't recognize it. So that's the kind of, I can't see his face. I can't really see either person's face, or their face, or their face, or their face, or their face. So like with all of these pictures, they're not really personalized because I can't see a face. So whenever I have kids get thrown in the air, I usually back up so I can see the whole body and half of Dad's body. And then I'll get up closer and stand behind Dad so that I can see the little boy's face completely. And here you're at a low angle, so again, like the arms and everything are covering them, so it makes it difficult for you to see anybody's face. Here, this is a weird angle. I mean, I realize you might be in action, like if he's throwing, then this is a moment where he came down. But even if you threw him up, it wouldn't be a great angle because when Dad's arms are up in the air, it's blocking Dad's face. And we wouldn't be able to see little boy's face. So all around, that's not the best angle there for those kind of shots. So you just want to think overall, be super aware of where the sun is coming from and how much sun is on someone's face, and avoiding direct, harsh sunlight at all costs, because that's pretty much the worst thing you can do for photo shoots, since photography is all about the light, right? And then the other thing you can work on is just being more conscious of your cropping, so that when it's a group portrait, you're not chopping Mom off in half and leaving all this space around Dad. And when you're doing kind of candid shots and things, make sure that you can actually see people's faces, because otherwise these pictures don't have any meaning to them. So yeah, those are all the negative comments. Don't worry, there are lots of good comments, but I'm not going to be covering those today. So anyway, thank you so much. I hope this is helpful. I'm going to make you another video for another shoot, and you can start to see the patterns of what you can work on. Thank you so much again. Have a great day. Bye.